Hey Jane, thanks for standing in on Show of the Weekend again. You know, Ellen's still not very well. In fact, I was reading the comments of some of last week's show, because that Resident Evil thing, a few people asking if you unleashed the T-virus in the comments.
As if.
Yeah,
I mean, T-virus stuff is for noob scrubs. When I unleash my bioweapon, it'll be the JD virus.
Oh, you brought that into the office. That's cool. Should you be wearing gloves?
Probably.
What does it do?
You know what? I'm not sure. Do you want to find out?
No!
Cowards.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend. Didn't seem to have too much effect in the end.
I'm sure there'll be no lasting effects.
Jane, what have you been up to recently in your whole life? What's going on?
What's going on with Jane?
We don't tell you. We're gonna.
What's your deal? I have been playing alongside Red Dead Redemption 2.
Sure.
Which I'm sure you don't want to talk about anymore, Luke.
No. Done. Covered.
But I'm also playing Return of the Obra Dinn.
Return of the Obra Dinn.
Yeah.
I've heard of that, but I don't know anything about it.
It is marvellous. It's really good. It came out late last year. It's by Lucas Pope, who is the developer who gave us Papers, Please a while back, which you might remember. It is a puzzle game in which you play an investigator who's sent to an East India Company ship that's returned. Everyone aboard it is dead or missing, and it's got this incredible like 1-bit kind of monochrome art style. It's very atmospheric, and you have this death compass. Yes, what is it, Andy? It's a stopwatch, not a compass.
Stopwatch, not a compass.
Yeah, you're supposed to create a record of what happened to everyone aboard this ship.
Okay.
So you're trying to identify the corpses. Who is this? How did they die? Who did it to them?
Yeah.
And I believe in the Eurogamer review, which was by Christian Donlan, he calls it a Sudoku of death, which is just the perfect, most eloquent phrase for it, I think. You have this big kind of tome with sketches of the crew and the crew list and their ranks and names and which country they're from. And in these tableaus of death, like from the moment of death, you hear a little kind of radio play, a little snippet of dialogue, and then you can use that dialogue to deduce, Sherlock-like, what happened, how they died.
Open the door! Kick it in. Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
It's a big crew, there's a lot of people aboard the ship, but as you go further and further through the game, you're starting to eliminate people. Some you're going to have to come back to because it's not clear. You know, like when you do a crossword and you're like, this is a hard one, I'm going to have to come back to this one.
Leave this corpse.
Exactly, and you do it kind of, you have a big tome and you're kind of filling it in out of order. And you go through the list of causes of death and it's like, crushed, stabbed, knife, sword, other pointy object, eaten by, beast, other thing.
Is there an all of the above checkmark?
Some of column A, some of column B. Yeah, you're like an East India, like CSI dude. If only I'd prepared a pun, you know, and then you put the sunglasses on.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah, but you're just by yourself, right? So there would be no one.
Yeah, that's true.
Just be you in the hold, screaming the Who.
Okay, so someone gets crushed by a mast and you'd be like, looked like this was rigged from the start.
Hey! Well, that sounds amazing.
It is amazing, and I know how much you love like old-timey naval stuff. It's so cool and atmospheric, like in exploring this ship.
I will definitely check it out, but not before I finish doing the other thing involving crimes, death, old boats, and the trying to figure out what happened involving death and old boats.
Wow.
Because I know that you and I, Jane, are both super into right now the TV show The Terror.
Our situation is more dire than you may understand.
That is how you already see it. In need of saving.
I do.
Our men have been out there in unimaginable temperatures. No one can convince me that optimism or confidence is wrong enough.
As a trusted friend once put it, This place wants us dead.
Right.
And so is Andy.
Yeah.
And like, no, so Andy and Jane, you guys have actually finished
We finished The Terror.
only current season of The Terror.
It is a television show, a
Yeah,
televisual show that came out.
Television programme.
It came out, I think, May last year.
Yeah.
But it was pretty hard to watch over here in the UK.
Yeah, it was on AMC in the US, I think.
Yeah, and it's a great companion piece for Return of the Obra Dinn. It's got old-timey ships, death.
And dare I say it, the finest coats I've ever seen on television.
Yeah.
I've got so much time for that deep naval blue. There won't be much time to talk about anything else. The gold buttons, and then it's the fur trim and the sort of general like bigness of the jacket that just suggests about 3 layers of like seal skin and a bunch of other blubbers and furs underneath that just
imagine how warm you'd be
everyone
wearing one
walks
of those
around in the TV show like this because they're also like comedy overstuffed.
It's cold out there.
So the premise of the show is that there were these 2 old boats in olden times, people, and one was called the Terror, which is a bad name for a boat, and another one was called the Erebus.
So they're 2 icebreakers, and they're sent in like the mid-1800s to go find the Northwest Passage, which is a kind of corridor through the Arctic.
For trade!
For trade!
For the economy!
Yeah.
Things go awry very, very quickly on a number of fronts. On the one hand, they're sort of locked into the ice, which is beautiful. This show looks so
gorgeous,
good.
Isn't it?
I can't
so expensive looking.
I know, but the amazing thing is, it's this like beautiful prestige drama that actually is this like sort of really schlocky and quite violent kind of horror.
Super violent.
Super
awesome.
People will walk in through and be like, "Hey, nice prestige drama you're watching. I guess you're more of an intellectual than I thought, Luke." And I'm like, "Yeah." There's also a supernatural. Yeah. Now quick.
So it's sort of an adventure period drama that is also a very, very spooky, very nasty horror story.
Yes.
It's really good. It's got Jared Harris in it, who's amazing. It's got Kieran Hines, who's brilliant. In fact, the entire cast, it's very much like an ensemble cast.
Yep.
They're all, to a man, extremely good. And to a woman, there are a few female characters. Were people more eloquent back then, or is it just this TV show? They're always saying such eloquent, meaningful things.
Do you know what
And day to day, I say, like, lol. Lol, my dudes.
Lol, my dudes.
I feel like it's a lost art.
So I have a theory about this.
Okay.
My theory is that in modern times we use filling in words like and lol and my dudes and hella and other things like that. You know, like to sort of pad,
my dudes.
to pad it out.
Yeah, so I can always be talking.
Yeah, so you're always trying to think of the next thing. I think in olden timey Victorian times they were just doing the same thing, except they just made words longer so that they had longer to think.
Right, give me an example.
So I might extendulate my grammar so that forthwith I could think verily about the next thing that was coming, sir, without any pressure to ever stop talking henceforth.
So you think they had better, smarter sounding filler words?
Yes.
And that's the secret, is
and
it?
more syllables to each word, so that you only had to think of one word to say and it could buy you quite a few seconds. Pretty good theory.
Maybe.
It's legit.
Does it stand up?
Yes.
Historians.
Yeah, historians right now. Historians right now looking at the
Historians of
screen
language.
and going, yes. Finally.
Someone articulates what we've been trying to say.
The show is good though, right?
The show is really, really good. I'm only 4 episodes in.
It's based on a true story. In as much as the ships were real, they did go missing. The show is sort of based on a fictionalised account, a novel that was based on the loss of the Terror.
One of the things that I really, really like about it is that, as a fan of TV and movies involving really old boats and men talking sternly in rooms on those boats, is that it avoids a few of the tropes that I think a lot of those things fall into.
Like what?
Everyone on board the Terror and the Erebus, generally, they all get on. And they all work together, and often, like in these sort of like dramas, just everyone's arguing all the time, which just wouldn't work because you're at sea for like years with these people. Like, I like the way that in this show, it really feels as if everyone is making a real conscious effort to get on, even with people who they don't especially like. That's where it starts, and then obviously things get frayed. But I feel like because it's coming from that start point of like they are a functioning crew, they don't all like each other.
Yeah, if it was like a floating reality show, you'd be like, well, clearly you're all doomed from the start, with or without monsters.
They'd have mutinied a mile out of Portsmouth or wherever. I like that they feel like a coherent crew that's been on a long voyage already, and I guess that's down to the writing.
You watch so much, not you specifically, but one watches so much horror where all the characters are unlikable or stupid or
just mean to each other.
Or mean to each other, that I think to be watching a TV show or a film where the people in jeopardy you really feel for, and they have courage and integrity, and
they're competent.
They're trying to work together, and they're competent.
So anyway, that is The Terror. Definitely track it down.
It's good.
It's really, really good.
I recommend it.
Yeah, on the UK, you can find it on Amazon. I think in the US it's on Amazon too. But hey, look, you all know how to use the Google machine,
right?
That we call a computer.
Yeah, and what an excellent pairing of things. They work really well together. It's been a very old-timey, ship-heavy January for me.
Anyway, Jane, I didn't prepare a quiz this week. Did you?
Oh, no, I did not, so I guess we'll skip the quiz.
I guess.
Say quiz!
What? Andy?
Oh no!
How long have you been down there?
Lord.
Too long.
Oh, no!
I heard someone say quiz. Did you want a quiz? I've got a quiz.
Yes, please.
Who wants a
Yeah.
quiz? I just write.
Do you
quizzes
always
in my
have a
spare
quiz
time.
ready in
Yeah,
case
just in
someone
case.
says quiz?
It's always
What if-
primed.
What if someone needs to be quizzed?
It's a coiled
Something.
quiz spring.
Yeah, ready to just quiz
The quizzing.
unexpectedly.
What's happening?
Quiz. This week, guys, you might
Yeah.
know, sees the release of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes.
Wow.
Which is a sequel to No More Heroes.
Is it?
Yay!
That series creator Suda51 of game developer Grasshopper Manufacture claims isn't a sequel, but is in fact a fresh start for the character of Travis Touchdown.
So it's a reboot.
Nah, it's a sequel.
Oh, okay.
But Luke and Jane, how well do you know the games of Grasshopper Manufacture? Let's find out, as I'm going to read you descriptions of 6 games, and I want you to tell me which of these isn't a Grasshopper Manufacture game.
Okay.
Number 1. Michigan, Report from Hell. Players take the role of a rookie TV cameraman sent to investigate a mysterious mist that has descended over the city. The player quickly discovers that the mist is somehow transforming people into fleshy, leech-like monsters with human limbs.
Okay.
I'll play it.
Not heard of it. Sounds plausible. Would play.
Number 2, Diabolical Pitch. Diabolical Pitch hits McAllister against an army of evil forces within an amusement park with baseball-themed defences, such as bats and baseballs.
Okay.
51 likes a baseball bat, I think. It's a
Yeah,
motif.
There's a lot of baseball in No More Heroes.
Number 3, The Missing, J.J. McField and the Island of Memories. The game's premise is that J.J. McField, the player character, is searching for her friend and love interest Emily after she goes missing on a camping trip. After J.J. is struck by lightning, she cannot die and must inflict grisly wounds on herself in order to solve the game's puzzles.
Wow.
Okay, number 4, Ranko Tsukigime's Longest Day. Ranko Tsukigime's Longest Day follows the story of a girl named Ranko Tsukigime, who is the daughter of the owner of Tsukigime Enterprises, the world's largest parking garage company. Secretly, however, she is also an assassin who plans on killing her father to avenge her mother's death.
I mean, that sounds really dumb, but plausible also. I don't know. The parking garage thing, though, like, that's a weird detail.
Number 5, Black Knight Sword. Players control a character who takes on the identity of the Black Knight and his sword on their quest to defeat the evil White Princess. The game features a theatre-style backdrop, whereupon the character remains static as the backdrops change place to give the player a feeling of movement. Okay, and finally, number 6, Liberation Maiden. An invading country is stealing all of Japan's energy. The player controls Shoko, a high school girl who became president of New Japan after her father's assassination, as she enters the Mecca, Kamui, to fight back.
Okay, what do you think, Jane? What's your gut reaction?
Now that you've mentioned the parking garage, it does seem like an odd detail. But then Suda51 games are full of odd details.
Yeah. You know what? The last one about sort of Japan's energy being stolen
Yeah.
and a girl gets into a mech.
Right, you think that's a
Sounded-
bit on the nose?
Well, yeah.
That sounds like an Andy fabrication.
Yes, I think that sounds so much like a...
Yeah. Grasshopper
That
Manufacture.
sounds, yeah, that sounds so much like this kind, like a Grasshopper
Yeah,
game.
we're on to you, Andy.
Yeah, that I think that would be my bet.
Okay, let's go with it.
Okay.
So you're going with Liberation Maiden.
Yes.
I'm sorry to tell you that is a Grasshopper Manufacture
Oh,
game.
which is the
Which
made-up
one?
one?
The one that isn't a Suda51 game is The Missing, J.J. McField and the Island of Memories, about the girl who must inflict grisly wounds on herself.
But you're going to tell me it's not made up, it's just not by Grasshopper Manufacture.
Yep, it's a Swery 65 joint.
Oh!
That's right. The fellow number-named Japanese game developer.
Oh man.
That's
Swery
unfair.
65. Next round. Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes is a stereotypical otaku character and is big into manga, video games, and pro wrestling.
And Pocky, I
Or
bet.
puroresu, as they call it in Japan.
Okay.
Speaking of pro wrestling, Luke and Jane, I'm going to read you...
Of all of those things you listed, it's like, boom, of all these things you're into, and one thing you know nothing about. Yeah, go on.
I'm going to read you a list of professions, and I want you to tell me which of these was not used as a gimmick by a wrestler working for the WWE in the 1980s.
The
and
1980s. Okay.
Okay.
A Mountie.
Sure.
A pirate.
Okay.
A bin man.
Okay.
A dentist.
Yep.
A taxman. A Franciscan monk. A repo man. And a clown.
I think it's a trick question. I think they were all used as a gimmick in the 80s because the 80s, no one can hold the 80s accountable for anything.
I mean,
was
all
done.
of us should.
Okay, Jane is saying...
Yeah, it's a trick question.
Trick question?
Trick question.
Luke, what do you think?
There were wrestlers that did all of those things and more.
I'm going to say...
It was all the same wrestler.
I'm going to say dentist.
I can tell you that Jane is correct. They are all gimmicks used in the WWE.
Cool.
So there you go. That's a point to Jane.
Oh, man.
All right.
There were points?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thought you could trick question me.
Yeah. Thought I could give you an Ellening. Well, too bad. The plot of the original No More Heroes has Travis Touchdown facing off against the top-ranked assassins of the United Assassin Association.
Right.
Yeah.
With the aim of becoming the top assassin in the world.
That's how it works. Yeah.
During this quest, he faces off against such memorable assassins as Dr. Peace, a karaoke king Charles Bronson alike, Destroy Man, a super-yoked postman in a superhero cosplay, and Speedbuster, a 76-year-old woman with a shopping trolley. Sadly, most of them are dead now, thanks to Travis, so I want you to design me a new assassin, and the viewers at home will decide which is the best.
Oh my word.
Drawing.
We have arts and crafts supplies.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what all this stuff is.
Yeah, so I want you to design me a new member of the United Assassins Association.
Okay.
Explain what their powers and such are, what they're called, what the whole deal is. Yeah, I will
Jane,
release
do you
myself.
think you'll need ribbons?
Do we have any googly
crepe
eyes?
paper? Yes.
I want glitter sticks. Wow. Look at how many arts and crafts things there are.
We've collected a lot over all of the show of the weekending.
We could run like a creche as like a sideline business.
That's more or less what this
Where we
is.
live.
I need a good
premise.
Need a theme. Need a good, strong theme.
Why would you make me draw things, Andy? Drawing is hard.
For fun and
For fun and for whimsy. Andy, you're laughing in a way that suggests you don't think this is good. Whereas in fact, I know it's very good, which is confusing.
Oh, now Luke's getting involved with the craft supplies.
Yeah, well, I'm just a little bit worried that... Wait, hang on. Game over, Jane. I'm sorry, I just found the pink ribbon. No time for... How many scissors? I just have to gnaw through it.
Now for the presentation of the assassins. Please, Luke, bring forth your assassin.
Okay.
Oh, it's so neat.
Can I explain the concept? I feel like I should be able to give the pitch.
No.
Come on.
Okay, fine.
Okay, all right. My assassin is called the Admiral because I couldn't stop thinking about the chat we were having about old boats
It's a
and
good
stuff.
coat.
He is a very stern captain of a ship. You can see his arms are cannons so that he can deliver an entire broadside weight of metal into his enemies. He has quite a lot of trouble reloading them, as you can imagine.
Or
He has
doing anything. Couldn't those ship's boys climb in the cannon? He could fire them onto Travis Touchdown.
He could, but they'd be blown apart.
Napoleon blown apart.
That's what I should have called him.
So neat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. All right, let's see what Jane has
Well,
for us.
this is where it's all melted off the board. All right.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
So glittery.
I want extra point for sparkles.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Lonnie Graceland.
I love it.
He's a Japanese teenager who is an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, that's such a
Amazing.
good idea.
With improbable hair.
Who ice skates.
Also
Sure.
ice skates.
And his microphone fires lethal sparkle fireworks.
Okay, so people at home, you get to vote now on the poll on screen.
Yeah.
Which you think is the better assassin? Is it Admiral Napoleon Bonaparte or Lonnie Graceland, the Japanese ice skating teen with the sparkle powers? Vote now! Well, now that my quiz is over, I'll just get back to...
Wait. Oh,
Where you
there
live.
you go.
Ah!
There you go.
Bye.
He's off. Goodbye, Andy.
See you later.
Oh, goes down a long way.
Ah.
Really? I can't see the bottom. Last week's show saw Andy step in for Ellen to keep things on an even keel, but of course that didn't pan out and things got weird in a Resident Evil 2 remake themed quiz.
Can you tell me which one of the following items isn't a real, official item of Resident Evil merchandise? Number 1, a zombie-scented candle. Number 2,
I think that's real.
a brain cake. Number 3, a chainsaw controller. Number 4, a USB typewriter keyboard. Number 5, a USB drive shaped like a mangled mannequin finger. Or 6, an official Leon Kennedy wig.
Leon Kennedy has iconic hair. I don't want to say iconically bad.
You think it's the wig?
The wig.
Correct.
Is that correct?
It is correct.
Yes!
There are numerous unofficial
all the
Leon Kennedy wigs. I will tell you now if you're interested, if you're in the market.
Coming tomorrow spies a unique business opportunity, Luke. Andy has a black market surplus of Leon Kennedy wigs. You have a Leon hair desire, Andy is who you wish to hire.
Yeah, he really sank everything into that wig business.
You reckon sales will open up as soon as Leon Kennedy's hair becomes fashionable again?
I wonder if that's why he's living behind the sofa.
Elsewhere, that episode opened with Andy expressing his desire to clamp down on hijinks following the unfortunate Yoshette business of several weeks ago.
It seems you need closer supervision, so I will be sitting in on Show of the Weekend this week to make sure that nothing like that happens again. Yes, sir, I run a tight ship around here, and while frivolity has its place, discipline must be our eternal watchword. What's on that paper? What paper?
Commentator Banal wants to know what was going on behind the scenes, asking, was that done in one take without anybody laughing, or did Luke draw 15 buettes?
I'm a professional. I did it in one take. Of course, before we started, I did create a standby pile of 15 extra buettes.
Right.
And then there's those 5 emergency buettes. Oh, and the 16x9 buette matte painting. What? I thought we might need it for green screen.
Last week also saw us chatting about the forgotten games from our past that it felt like only we played. A video that had dozens and dozens of you chiming in with your own suggestions of forgotten games.
If you like Rugrats and basically want to replay episodes of it, but in like a weirdly rendered 3D world, which was pretty good at the time. Apparently reviews at the time said the gameplay isn't great, which is wrong. But the visuals, the presentation is brilliant, and because of the various accessibility things, it was really good for kids. So yeah, please remaster this.
And reminiscing with fellow commenters who also remember playing those long-lost titles, which was awesome to see unfolding throughout the week.
Commenter Captain Manafruit chimed in with a typical nostalgic burst. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the N64. That was my jam growing up. Unfortunately, the only way I ever played it again was at a gaming museum. I loved the world, the way it felt like watching a cheesy movie, and at the time, the mechanics were solid.
Oh man, is that our future? Only seeing the games that we loved as kids from behind glass? We're going to have to get a lot better at breaking into museums.
I don't see how we could get much better.
Fair enough. Last week also saw mystery guest Johnny from Eurogamer hop on our Smash Brothers Ultimate livestream, spicing things up with his red-hot skills and melting our hearts with his sweet dog, in a session that included many tense bouts.
Do it, Sonic! Go fast!
You've got to go fast.
Simply got.
Oh no, oh dear, oh gosh. It's not all over, he could miss.
Sure could.
Oh!
Look at that.
No, Sonic.
Chopped him up good. No, Hedgehog for dinner.
Commenter Minimaster is here for Andy's courage. 4940, Andy fully aware that he'll get final smashed if he charges directly at Luke. Charges directly at Luke anyway. I mean, you've got to commend bravery. Moral victory.
Oh no.
Moral. Sing it with me, Jane. Moral.
He'll wear himself out eventually.
Jane!
Yes.
You know your D&D character Prudence?
I do, very well.
Everybody does,
Yay.
and they love fan-arting her.
Hooray, so do I.
Yeah, check it out. Look at this. This is from Other Laslock, sent in on Twitter. Look at the crackles.
Oh man.
Your hands look
Like
so
a,
good.
Yeah, like a cold shoulder cloak.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Does look cold,
a
actually.
full-length cloak.
Yeah.
From the shoulders down.
Does Prudence feel the cold?
No.
Is Prudence always cold?
No, she's constantly very, very warm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love the intensity of the eyes. in this one.
I like the thing suspended between the horns.
Yeah, I feel like
That's a good idea. Maybe I could do that. I could
totally
suspend
do that.
a chain
Suspend a-
between the antlers.
necklace or something.
Cool.
The big gem.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Check
what
this
a costume
out.
design that is.
Have some more Prudence.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Oh, I
there we
saw
go.
this one on Twitter. Yes.
This one good.
So dynamic.
This is Z4M.
So atmospheric. It looks
97 on Twitter.
like an animatic, like someone was,
Yeah.
drawing up a storyboard for a filmed sequence or an animated sequence. It's got that much movement in it.
I know what you mean. I picture Prudence sort of like flying in from the right. Like,
Yeah. She's really poised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So poised.
Yeah.
So much drama.
It's good, and it's so sort of barely lit that you can only just make out the tulle in the background.
I would say it's totally lit. Andy may have stopped me from drawing things crossed with Princess Peach, but he can't stop all of you. He can't censor you all. Have a look.
No! He censored you all.
Oh wow, he censored us easily.
Okay. Give it back.
Bye.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Okay, art hater Andy's given us back the book.
Nika Doodles sent this in on Twitter. It's Dobette, it's my D&D character.
Oh my god.
I know, right? There's a lot to take in.
There's a lot to unpack and then repack hastily deep down into my subconscious.
Then put it in the attic. And then lock the attic.
It's gorgeous.
This is so incredible.
Look at that sparkly bustier.
I know.
And how busty also. It's really good.
I feel like
it's
it's a karaoke aesthetic is what it is.
A gorgeous shimmering vision of female Dob. Look at those
At last.
sparkling lilac eyes.
Yeah, I feel like I should probably close this book now. Move on. Thank you so much everyone for your incredible fan art. It always makes us smile seeing it, so thank you for sending it in. So that was the end of Show of the Weekend. Thank you for joining me, Jane.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Andy. Sorry. Thank you, Andy.
Good. You're welcome. I'm still down here.
I think I woke him up from a nap. Yes, if you want to come and see us live, then oh boy, can you do that?
You
yes,
can.
you can. If you can get to Birmingham on the 23rd of March.
Birmingham in the England.
In the England.
Yes.
Birmingham in the
Not
England.
the Alabama one.
Not the Alabama one.
Sorry.
But we will be in Birmingham, UK, 23rd of
MCM
March.
Comic Con.
MCM Comic Con. Live Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be amazing. Johnny's going to be there. It's going to be loads and loads of fun, and we would love for as many of you as possible to come along.
It'll be a
and
whole
check
new
it out.
adventure. We
That's
don't
right.
know what's going to happen.
Something good, I bet. I mean, last week Andy said he was going to kill Egbert, so I mean, I want to be there when that's popping off. Maybe that will happen. Who knows?
Probably not.
Probably not, but yeah, no guarantees.
Yeah, tickets are available now.
Yes.
You don't need another ticket to come see your adventure. Just turn up early to get a good seat.
Exactly, you just need your MCM ticket. There is a link in the description and in the channel comment where you can find out where to buy them. All the ticket types are on sale now.
And the schedule's yet to be announced, right?
Yes, the exact, as of the time of filming, the exact sort of schedule is still.
But once we know what time we're on,
we'll
you'll know what time we're on.
It will be in the daytime.
Yes.
It will be in the daytime. There's loads of stuff to see at MCM, so you have a good day out. Yeah, so we hope to see you there. But for now, Jane, where did you put the JD virus?
Oh,
there it is.
Oh
no!
Should probably keep tabs on where I put my deadly viruses.
Probably.
Here it is. Well, don't worry, it's still here. There's still half a vial of virus left.
Good.
You want some now?
Kind of.
I'm still okay.
Can I just give it a sniff? Well, smells like the end of the world.